Well, what's up, YouTube, Rumble, and my crazy ex, ex, anyway, my crazy ex, man, that crazy ex ain't going nowhere. Yeah, just like the one from your past, man. It's just gonna get crazier and crazier. Anyways, I'll come to you guys at Sunday evening, about 4:30 on Sunday evening in Cambodia. Um, like I said, got a few days left, and I'm gonna be heading out. Um, really gonna miss the wife and the daughter. Gonna miss drinking my coffee in the morning on my patio. I've been doing that every day now for several years. Even before the YouTube thing, man, I said after every morning drink coffee. My daughter goes to school in the morning, and she doesn't really have time. But Sunday morning, she usually gets a nice hot cup of Milo hot chocolate. Comes out there, and we sit out there and just talk. Kind of listen to the birds and watch the cats run around, just whatever. It's nice. Like I said, I'm going to miss doing that, man. I'm really going to miss that a lot. Cambodia's my home now, so I'm going to miss my home, man. I'm going to miss my wife. Going to miss going to miss my daughter. Going to miss my house. Going to miss everything. And I'll tell you guys a really quick story. I told it on one of my shorts, but you might not have heard it. I always get up first before my wife, and I came out here and I get my hot water going, get my coffee going. I use these little packs of instant coffee. What are you right here? Two of these. Anyway, I put them in a cup, poured the water in, and as I was moving the water away, I knocked the cup over. Coffee went all over the floor, and I was like, "Oh man, not first thing in the morning." I didn't want to deal with that first thing in the morning. So I was out here cleaning it up, or starting to. And my wife came out and wanted to know what happened. I told her, I said, I knocked over some coffee. I'm cleaning it up. She said, no. She said, go outside. Go sit outside. I'll clean it up. And I said, honey, you just got up. She said, I don't care. I'll clean it up. And I said, no. I said, I did it, man. I did it. I knocked the coffee over, and it was just mostly on the floor and a little bit on my desk right here. But she said, no. She said, go outside and go sit down. She said, I'll take care of it. I'll get you your coffee. I'll take care of it. I said, okay, honey. All right. That's the kind of wife that I have. That's the kind of wife I have right there, man. Jumped up, took care of it, got her little mop out and mopped it all up, cleaned it all up, and acted like it never even happened. Didn't hear any more about it. So, like I said, anyways, that was my morning story. Sunday. This is my last Sunday here until I come back. Took my daughter swimming at the pool. She loves to go swimming. Had some other children went to the pool, and it cost $1.50 to swim. So they were just putting their feet in the pool, and they only spoke Khmer. One of the little girls there used to be one of my students at the international school, and she doesn't speak but just a couple words English. So my daughter could listen to them speaking in Khmer, and she said that they wanted to swim. They didn't have any money. So, we were already in the pool, and I got out, and I went and paid. It was $4.50 for the three of them to go swimming. They were happy as hell, So, anyways, we played with them in the water, and then we came back about 12:30. Had something to eat, and then I laid down. Oh, before I go any farther, man, I want to thank all you guys, man, for watching my videos, man. I got some of my shorts, man, 600-700 views. I got a couple new subscribers, man. You guys are the best. I appreciate you listening to me. I'm kind of learning how to do the YouTube thing myself. Like I said, I always wear the same thing, pretty much. This is what I wear around the house. And maybe some of you guys can come over here to Cambodia one day, man. We can go have coffee together. You guys can come to the house, sit around, we'll barbecue, do something. I don't know. Anyways, that'd be kind of cool, man, meeting some of my people that watch my videos, man. Anyways, getting ready to go to USA. Like I said, don't really want to do that. But I want to tell you guys that there's ways that you can get out of the USA. Okay, there's ways if you want. That's like I said. It's one of those things, man. Some people they're gonna stay there for the rest of their life. I know people that have never left their hometown. They're just not into going anywhere, and that's okay with me, man. They do what they want to do. I made a list of 5 different things, or reasons you guys might want to think about moving to Cambodia. Okay, and the first one on the list is odds are you're going to have more money in your pocket. At the end of the day, at the end of the month, whatever you want to call it, you're not going to be living paycheck to paycheck. Expenses here are just so much less. They got like I said, you can buy a nice condo. You can buy you can rent a nice apartment, man. I mean, super nice. Like I said, I get back, I'm going to do some videos on that. But anyways, you can keep more money in your pocket, which means more money for your retirement, which means more money for enjoying yourself in Southeast Asia. Especially for younger people, man. Think about your future, right? When do you want to retire, man? You want to work till you're 70? You want to be a Walmart greeter if they still even have Walmarts when you're 70, 80 years old, man? You don't want to do that. You want to work in the Ace Hardware in the plumbing department when you're 75? Okay, I guess, like I said, save some of that money there. So that's one of the things that you will have. You will have more money in your pocket over here. And people say that they don't. I made a list over here, so I'm kind of looking at my list. All right. So, like I said, you're going to have more money to put into your pocket. Okay. You're going to have more money to put in the bank. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. You think, well, how in the hell am I going to do that, man, over there? Well, first of all, taxes. Okay. I just talked to a friend of mine last night. I talked to him every Saturday night, and he's got a little apartment deal. It's got 4 units in it, and then he owns half of a duplex that he rents, and up there in near Madison, Wisconsin. And he just got his tax bill, property tax bill. Okay, for his little, like I said, he's got a 4. It's just a 4 apartment like type apartment deal. It's not nothing big. 4, and then he's got he used to own the whole duplex, but then he sold one half of it, and he has the other one for rental. Just between those 2 properties, he's got to pay $21,000 in property tax. I was like, God damn. What in the... Him and his wife, they don't even... I mean, she's got a grown kid that lives down there in Florida. They're in their 60s, and he's got to pay that much in property tax, and that's not even including his residence he lives in. But that's just for those two things. And I told him, I said, man, I've been telling people we had to pay $100 a year in property tax. My wife was up there listening, and she said, no, that was just the first year because she didn't know about property tax, and she let it go for a couple, 3 years without paying it. And then they sent us a paper in a box out there saying that she hadn't paid her property tax 2 or 3 years, whatever it was. So she had to pay $100 the first time. But she said now it's only $37 a year property tax. I've been telling everybody it's $100 a year. That's what I thought it was. But she said no, it was just $100 that first time because I think it was like two years she didn't pay it when we first lived here. She didn't know anything. She's never owned a home, so she didn't know about property tax, and I didn't think to ask about it. But anyways, so our property tax is $37 a year. Okay. You buy a car, you got to pay for the registration, but there's no sales tax. Okay. The only time you ever have any sales tax is if you go to like one of these big markets like Macro Market or Eon Mall or one of those things, then you got to pay a value added tax, VAT tax. I think it's like 10%. We pay our internet, and they charge a value added tax. Most places, it's just a cash business, so I don't pay any taxes on what I make over here. I don't pay any tax at all. Okay, there's basically no income tax. Now, maybe if you work for one of these big corporations, they might charge some kind of income tax that I'm not aware of. But if it is, it's minimal. Okay. There's no like city tax and all this tax and tax on top of tax and all the taxes over here are just so much less. I file my taxes every year with the TurboTax. I do it online for free because it's easy. I don't have any deductions. I don't know anybody, and the house is paid for. So it's just for me and my daughter because my wife doesn't have a Social Security number. So it's just for me and my daughter. I'm head of household. So when I make in Social Security, it's right at the threshold of where I would have to pay taxes. Like I think one year I had to pay $80-something, and I didn't have to pay. I don't know. They change it from year to year. I don't know about the whole thing. But anyways, it's just minimal taxes. But if you work over here, you're probably not going to have to pay any taxes. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys figure that out. Like I said, somebody comes over here and wants to chat with me on my Gmail about something. I'll talk a little more about that. I don't want to get in any kind of legal situation about advising anybody about taxes. I don't want to. I'm not a tax attorney. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an accountant. So I'm just telling you what I know, what I've experienced. So, like I said, if you guys want to get into more detail, I can research it for you, and I'll chat with you privately. Okay. And a lot of people in the USA are getting laid off. They ain't got no work. Or they got this nice, new, fancy, shiny degree, man, and they can't use it. Okay, because nobody's hiring right now. People are getting laid off right and left. Let me tell you something. Over here, man, you're not gonna have any problem getting work. You're just not gonna have any problem. Okay, you got a degree. They need people over here with degrees. Okay. I have run into very few people that live in this country that have a 4-year degree. Very few. Okay. And the ones that I have are making a lot of money. Okay. So if you come over here and you're working right alongside of an engineer who has got a 4-year degree from a Cambodian university, and you got a 4-year degree from the, I don't know, University of California, Berkeley, wherever, I'm just using that as just a name. I guarantee you're going to make more money. The foreigners over here make more money. When I was a teacher, I made more money. That's just the way it is. Okay. They have a high respect for foreigners over here and our knowledge. Okay. That's just, I didn't make the rule hey, I'm going to take it. Okay. I made as much as 4 teachers put together at that school, and they had to go to university for 2 years. Okay. I did not. Okay. So, like I said, I've been offered jobs over here in the city. Didn't take them because I don't want to have to drive through that traffic all the time. And I get, like I said, I could work over here without a doubt in the construction industry or in the machine shop industry. Just a lot of different kind of things I could do over here anyways. But I'm pretty much kind of like want to do my own thing right now. Like I said, my own business, got the YouTube and the gym and all that. So anyways, you guys are not going to have any problem trying to find a job over, especially if you want to teach. Okay. And teaching at one of these nice international schools, man, I think starting salary is like $2,500 a month. And you think, oh my God, that's not enough money. Over here, that's more than the average Cambodian makes in a year. Okay. And if you got a 4-year degree, man, you're going to be teaching at a university someplace, something like that. So you're not going to have any problem at all making money, right? And even if you wanted to stay at home, man, work online, but they call it digital nomad. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but you're working on a computer, doing all kind of work on a computer from, maybe from the USA or something. And they're not going to pay a whole lot because you're working over here, but you make $40,000, $50,000 a year, man, working on a computer. And you say, oh my God, I'd have to, in the USA, especially in California, man, that's almost poverty, man. So, like I said, but over here, you make $40,000, $50,000 a year. You are just going to be like rolling in the dough, So, like I said, anybody got any questions, just shoot me an email. I got my Gmail account. It's in the description. You guys can look at it. I've said it enough times. Okay. I'm looking down here at my list because if I don't, I'll forget. Okay. Let's see over here. Okay. No insurance. Okay. No insurance. You don't have to have any insurance over here. Now, I want you guys to just take a piece of paper and write down how much money you're spending a month or a year for insurance, for car insurance, for renter's insurance, for homeowners insurance, for medical insurance. I mean, it's just the insurance companies there are just raking you guys over the coals, and you ain't got no choice but to have it. I mean, they make you have automobile insurance. I don't have no car insurance over here. I have zero. I have no homeowners insurance. Ain't nothing really that can happen to my house. It's cement and it's pretty well built, man. So I have no homeowners insurance. I have no medical insurance. I go to get sick, go to the doctor, man. It's cheap. Okay. I go buy my own medicines. Like I said, you're just going to put more money in your pocket. Okay. And let me see over here. I'm looking over here, man. I can't even read my own writing. All right, here, I need my glasses here for 1 second. See, I'm live, man. I'm not going to edit. I don't edit this stuff. Oh, okay. Now, see. All right. I don't edit, man. I'm not going to edit. I'm not going to spend time trying to edit stuff, man. I don't edit my life. I'm not going to edit, you know. If we were sitting around talking at the table, I'm not going to just say, forget what I just said and go back and try to edit again. Okay. Less crime. Okay. I've been coming here now for 12 years. Okay. Been living here now for the last 4 years, and I have never had any crime perpetrated on me. I've never had anything stolen. Never been robbed. Never been assaulted. I've never been threatened. I have had zero crime. Okay. Now, they don't have violent crime over here. I mean, if they do, it's seldom. Like I said, I don't even hear about it. Even when the police go to arrest somebody, man, they put them on the back of their moto, man. They might or might not handcuff them. They usually don't even handcuff them. They put them on the back of the moto because they got to hang on to the police when they're taken to the police station. So, like I said, and I ride my bicycle around these villages, man, by myself. It's a pretty, I don't know, I guess I could call them shady areas, pretty poverty-stricken areas. If I left my bicycle outside overnight in front of my house, I'd probably wake up in the morning and probably wouldn't be there. Okay? So, stuff like that you got to be careful of. We do have surveillance cameras in my house. We got the bars on everything because we do leave, and I do have a lot of nice, very expensive things in my house. Don't want to get them stolen. But being that it is a very poor country, people see that you have something. I travel around with my phone. I've showed you guys my little phone bag I have, and I usually got, $40, $50 in there in money, which over here is a lot. But I have never had any kind of problem with crime over here whatsoever, man. Zero. Okay, in the 12 years I've been coming here, and the 4 years I've been living here, I've had zero any kind of incidents in crime. So there you go. There's 5 reasons. There's probably a whole lot more. Like I said, the whole student loan thing. Okay, they can't get it over here. Can't get it. Okay. A lot of different reasons to move over here. Okay. I could move to Thailand. Thailand's right next door, or to Vietnam. But you see, Thailand and Vietnam, they're constantly changing their visa policies and for foreigners, and you got to do this and you got to do that. Cambodia, man, I know the system over here is just pretty much straight up. I got all the hookups right here. I got the personal phone number of the head. He's the top immigration police officer in the country. I got his personal phone number. So, like I said, I got connections over here to where you're not going to have a problem getting no visa, work card, whatever you need over here. Like I said, for you younger people, okay, you come over here and make a grip of money. And I use 2 banks over here, and I've been using one bank now for 12 years. The other one I just opened here recently, but I've been using one bank for 12 years. And you come over here and you have a whole bunch of money in the bank. The USA ain't gonna know nothing about that. Okay. So, like I said, you can travel back to the USA, man, and they're not going to have a TSA agent holding their hand out for that any kind of garnishments or whatever else they got going on over there. Like I said, you got to put more money in your pocket. Okay, I'm trying to tell you guys some good old man advice. I was 62 when I retired. Wish I could have retired at 52, man. That'd have been a whole lot nicer. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can take advice from me or not. It's up to you. I'll let you guys decide on that one. But like I said, at least do the insurance thing. Write down how much money you're paying a year for all your insurance. Okay? For your medical insurance, for your homeowner's insurance, for your car insurance, for your renter's insurance. You know, it's just going to astound you. Okay? So, like I said, I don't have any insurance over here. I don't know anybody that does. So I hope that you guys have learned something from this. And if you have any questions, I would be more than happy to have a detailed conversation with you, either on Gmail or once I got to know you. I'll give you my Telegram number, man. We can talk just like you see me sitting right here next to my laptop, man. Maybe you can tell me to move back a little bit. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I do appreciate everybody's looking at my videos, man. I got really good people looking at my videos, man. Nobody ever left me anything nasty at all, man. So that's hella cool, man. I really like all you guys. Give me the finger, any finger you want, man. Yeah, I wrote that on the thing, you know. Give this old man the finger, man. Tell everyone, give me the finger. So, anyways, if you guys click like and subscribe, man, that'd be cool. But if you don't, it's still cool too, man. I still enjoy talking to you, and I hope I can meet some of you guys one day, man. I hope I can meet some of you guys one day, man. We'll be sitting around a beach someplace, sitting around talking about back in the day, you know. So, anyways, don't wait till I'm too old and I need a walker, because I don't think I can use a walker in the sand. I've never seen anybody do it, but I don't think it can be done. So, if not, some of you guys are gonna have to carry me to the beach. Okay, I'm a pretty heavy guy, so anyways, you might not want to do that. All right, man. So you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you guys later.